gonna ride north, coming up this way. It's a little bit muddy. Yeah, that wasn't too hard. Delaware and Raritan Canal. Blackwell Mills Road, and that's because there was a mill near here. Here's the canal house, built in 1835. Blackwell's Mills, if you can see that. Awesome picture with the Fatboy. And first time I've ridden it in at least a couple of weeks. Been riding the Surly ECR last few trips. Goodly amount of miles over the last 2-3 weeks. I have to get used to the grip shifts of the Fatboy. Heading northwest on this first Sunday in August on the Delaware and Raritan Canal, on the towpath actually of the Delaware and Raritan Canal, which is to the right, immediate right, and stretching out to the north of us as we head northwest. It's been a few weeks since I've been on this. Pretty much this and this Specialized Fatboy and the Surly ECR, which is a 29 plus bike. That's an awesome bike. That really has become the one I ride most often, and then this bike as well. Very pretty view to the right. One thing about the chest mount, which is kind of a disadvantage, is that it's got a great position, but if it's helmet mounted, you have what you can attach to your helmet. The disadvantage there is the vantage point is so high that you really don't see any part of the bicycle, where this you really do. Kind of see the arms, the hands, the handlebar. But overall, it's a good mount. Just that it doesn't follow where I'm looking. It's just kind of straight ahead. I have to kind of dismount if I want to show something and face in that direction. Turn my whole body. After not having ridden it in a while, the ride is even smoother than the Surly ECR. But overall, it's really actually not as comfortable as the ECR, which has that Jones loop handlebar, and the ergonomics are just good. They're great. This is not uncomfortable by any means. It's just at the Surly, which is meant to be a long distance bicycle, kind of a touring bike, but kind of handle anything, road or on road or off road. Coming back onto this after having been on the ECR exclusively for the last few weeks, not quite as comfortable. And the tires do look huge, even though the Surly has those 29 by 3-inch tires. These are 26 by 4.6. Or some of the other bikes that are around with 4+ inch wide tires. This is going to be awesome when it snows. It's awesome in mud. And in its own right, it's comfortable. It's actually lighter than the Surly. I might have mentioned that by several pounds. The Surly ECR. But I think overall that's just an awesome bike. And so is this. This, usually anybody that passes or looks at it says something about this. Simply because it's just fat bikes. The really fat bikes like this one are not really common. I've seen others myself, but it's not really a common thing. As you can see, these are This is a very easy path in terms of surface for the most part, although they have spillover areas that are kind of extremely rough. But it's just an excuse to take this bike out. I've ridden this on very bad access roads, as in Stokes State Forest, and on single track, and even had this on the road, on rail trails, done up over 40 miles on it, so it can basically handle everything. Not as versatile as the Surly ECR, but really a terrific bike. Some kind of conduit here. And no, we're not going to go take a swim, but obviously when the canal was in service, we wouldn't have any of this stuff. Just, how you doing? They're looking at me like a man from the moon. This thing is, it's unusual. It's actually a cool looking bike, but it just looks like it's missing a motorcycle engine in it. That, huh?
What is that for?
This is usually, they started these a while back, but it's a very light bike actually, but it's better for snow, mud, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But it's just so much fun to ride. I use it everywhere.
Does that work in the sand too?
Oh yeah, works very well.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I've been through a lot of mud with this. It's amazing. I usually go to all the trails.
Yeah.
I go to all the trails, like rail trails,
Oh yeah.
like up in Morris County, Sussex Branch I've done a number of times, and Paulinskill, yeah, which is really beautiful. God,
I've been up there a lot too. Is that the trails over there?
into the trails off this thing?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not from the village, right?
Yeah.
There's a convenience station over there.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, there's trails in the woods over there.
Oh, yeah, I might have gone. Yeah, I might have gone on them. I know, people don't stop for you, so you better, yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah. Okay, be good. Take care. Be safe. Oh, that's nice too. Yeah. It's got a sign here. Let's see what we got. Zerfath. On a clear October day in 1905, Alma White and several members of the Pentecostal Union made their way to the Garrettson farm along the DNR Canal. They wanted to interview a prospective student for Denver, Colorado Bible School. Let's see what else it says. The Pentecostal Union, renamed Pillar of Fire in 1917, moved east from Colorado and began to build a religious headquarters at newly named Zarephath. Zarephath Academy, Bible Seminary, Alma White College, and has its own farm, powerhouse, or had it. The Pillar of Fire's holding at Zarephath would eventually grow to include over 1,000 acres. A variety of vessels plied the waters of the Delaware and Raritan Canal Canal, from mule-drawn canal boats and steam-powered tugs to yachts and wartime ships. Everywhere along its length, people were treated to seemingly endless parade of these gliding forms of transport. And there's a World War I sub-chaser in the canal and private pleasure boat. They seem to have little mileage, like trail markers. And I think I just passed 26. So I'm probably 26 miles from the southern end of this Delaware and Raritan Canal Park Trail, towpath trail. Went down the other way about 11 or 12 miles on the previous trip here, at least a couple months ago. Look at this. Very old bridge. Yikes. You know, I don't know if it's as old as the canal, but fine. We'll lower this. There's the old Fatboy. This little thing was basically a path to nowhere, but back on the path. So we're now in Kingston. Franklin is right next to it, I guess, and this was 1830, groundbreaking. In 1834, it was open for business. Canal town experienced economic boom in the 19th century. Just so gorgeous. I mean, this really is. Got another lock. And what was most undoubtedly was a wooden gate. You can see how much higher it is here. And then again, the Delaware and Raritan Canal. It's the Big Ditch, it was called. It was constructed between the years 1831 and 1834 of $3 million. Back in 1834, $3 million. And it cost the lives of many Irish immigrant laborers. They hand dug the DNR Canal, which was 66 miles long. Had 14 locks to raise and lower the boat traffic, and we're at one of them. Holy cow. Their biggest tires and wheels, they call them Bud and Lou. They're tires. They're Bud Abbott and of course Lou Costello, the chubby one. But they're called clown shoes. I think those are the rims. Which is amazing. This is very cool. Oh, don't make a misstep and fall off the bike. Look at this. Or something. And wow, little waterfall. Very pretty place. Great place to. Wow. Not ready to go back. I'm not sure exactly where I am. I'm probably about a mile up from. Well, such a pleasant place to be. Really pleasant. Surprisingly so. I mean, it's great doing the mountain biking and the trails, but something to be said for this as well. All right, looks like we're coming up on a former lock that is, and looks like a, whoa, look at this. And here's a sluiceway. Fatboy at the Delaware and Raritan Canal in the first Sunday in August. Beautiful ride so far. And, but we'll just take this. Delaware and Raritan Canal looking south. And anyway, now it's been kind of turned into more of a dam than anything else. Look how much lower it is here. Yeah, this person is fishing. But that's awesome, isn't it? As long as I don't lose the bike, it'll be awesome. But so this is a little bit of a dam here, much higher water level in back of us. And I imagine it goes both ways. If this gets really high, it'll empty into the other part or just equalize. We can go a little bit here, hopefully without falling in and drowning. Kind of interesting, isn't it? As you go all the way to the bitter end here. This would be something if I didn't stop, huh? Just fishing. There's some mud here. I'm glad I got the mud guards. I want to make This is right now. Watch the old back. Let's go here. And roll right through it. Might be the Millstone River. It's a little bit rougher here. It's just an awesome picture. Really nice. Cool. Hi. Thanks. How you doing? Hi. Here. Could make this. Problem is to not have it too low a gear so that you kind of fall off the bike because you're not moving. Okay. Here and take a picture or take some more video. Across the Delaware Canal, Delaware and Raritan Canal.